Good evening, guys. It's lesson 37 in Saxon Algebra 1, 3rd edition. And let's get right down to it. This lesson is on inequalities, greater than, less than, and how to graph the solution of those inequalities. Now, I've given you some signs here. This means is not equal to, and this, of course, is greater than, and this is less than. Here, a little picture to show you this is an inequality. These two are not equal. So 4 is not equal to 5, 4 is less than 5, 4 is greater than 2. Alright, we call the set of numbers that will satisfy a given equation or an inequality the solution set. Solution set, problem solved. Inequalities can either be false, true, or conditional. Let's talk about false. All right, false, 4 plus 2 is less than or equal to 3. Well, we know 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 is certainly not less than and is not equal to 3. So that's a false inequality. X plus 2 is greater than or equal to x. And we know that has to be true because if you take x and you add 2 to it, then it's going to get larger. And so this would make this a true statement. Conditional. X is less than 4. The condition is it depends on what x, the value of x is, as to whether or not it is actually less than 4. Alright, now remember that when we graph, we know that a number is greater than another number if it is further to the right on the number line. So even though we're used to thinking of 3 as being larger than 2, negative 3 is actually further to the left than negative 2. So negative 2 is greater than negative. Alright, here I've just found some pictures that I thought would be good for you to be able to have in your repertoire and to be able to look back at. These are just different ways to graph. For less than or equal than, you use an open circle, and in less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, you use a closed circle. Anytime it is equal, you use a closed circle. Okay, so x is greater than 3. It starts at 3 but does not include 3, so we're going to open circle that. Open circle here at negative 7 going to the left. Now here we've got it is greater than, so it's going to go to the right, but it's also equal to 10. So we'll start it with a closed circle on 10, and the same thing here. All right, this we'll talk a little bit more about in a later lesson, how you have to get that variable on the left. Anyway, I just wanted to put it in here because it had some graphing for you. Here you've got x equals 3, and what that graph would look like. X is greater than or equal to 3, what that graph would look like. Less than or equal. Greater than, you see the open circle, and less than 3, you see the open circle. And if it's less than, it's going left on the number line. And then here we've got some verbal phrases, all real numbers less than 2. That's how that would, that's the inequality. X stands for all real numbers less than 2, and this is how we would graph it, and so forth. You can take some time to look at that if you want to. A common mistake people make when graphing these inequalities is that they don't remember which kind of circle to use. So I've put this here again for your reference. You might want to put this in your notes just as a reminder. If there is an equal sign, it's a closed circle. No equal sign, it is an open circle. Alright, so let's do our practice problems. A says graph the solution of x is less than or equal to 5. Alright, so if it has the equal to, we're going to put the closed circle on 5. And if it's less than, it's going to the left. And put our arrow there. Alright, B wants us to write the inequality for this graph. So we're going to say x, it's going to the right, so it's going to be greater than, and it does not, it's an open circle, so it's not going to be equal to, x is greater than 4 is how we would write that. All right, good job. Y'all have a good evening, and look forward to lesson 38 next time.